The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LSU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
How can you get involved and make it yours? Joining Student Athlete Advisory Committee allows your voice to be heard.
The mission of SAC is to enhance the total student athlete experience by promoting opportunity, protecting welfare, and fostering a positive image. Who is SAC?
SAC members are student athletes supporting other student athletes. SAC members vote on rules, partner with great organizations such as Make-A-Wish and Team Impact, and build pride on campus and in the community.
There are 3 different levels of SAC to get involved in. At the campus level, there are 307 Division II institutions that sponsor SAC. Each campus SAC is led by an athletic administrator and a committee made up of student athletes from a variety of athletic teams.
There are 24 Division II conferences, each with their own conference SAC. The representatives share best practices, success stories, and new ideas that can be brought back to each campus SAC.
The National SAC is made up of one student athlete from each of the 24 Division II conferences. These student athletes are your voice and are charged with the responsibility of relaying the overall student athlete voice for the division.
Your voice has value.
Get involved.
Take ownership in your experience.
Leave a legacy.
Make it yours!
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks.
Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable, as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edward's University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect.
Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edward's University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation. When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
I came here to get my degree at a great school. Along the way, I worked at an orphanage in India and taught school in Peru. It's changed how I look at the world and how I see my future.
I knew I would earn my degree from a great school. But I never imagined this experience. It's changed the way I think about my future and transformed how I see my world.
At Rogers State University, we keep things personal.
It all starts here.
We make sure our graduates get the most out of their education.
RSU has campuses in Claremore, Bartlesville, and Pryor, with on-campus housing and a wide variety of programs to suit your needs.
It all starts here.
Rogers State University.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
At Newman University, you'll receive more than just a degree. You'll receive a degree of merit, a degree of character, a degree of difference. Learn more at newmanu.edu.
Newman University in Wichita. Newman is a family that comes together to excel in the classroom and on the field. As the only private NCAA Division II university in Kansas, our student athletes are uniquely prepared for success beyond college. Newman University, empowering graduates to transform society.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
He is the God who sees me. He knows who I am becoming and who I will one day be. The kingdom of God. This is no small stake. With all my heart, mind, and strength, I will answer the call. The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championships, March 21st, 22nd, and 24th at Alumni Hall in Columbus, Ohio. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
We open our arms to students from around the corner and from around the world.
No matter where we're from, all Dust Devil student athletes play for the love of our sport, the love of our team, and the love of our university. If you can play here, you can play.
If you can play, you can play.
Om du kan spela, så kan du spela.
Si můžeš hrát, můžeš hrát.
Si puedes jugar, puedes jugar.
If you can play,
This is the you that goes beyond a bachelor's degree. This is the International U, Texas A&M International University. Learn how to take your talents further at tamiu.edu.
Whoever you are, whoever you want to be, find your future with us. We are UAFS.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LSU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
How can you get involved and make it yours? Joining Student Athlete Advisory Committee allows your voice to be heard.
The mission of SAC is to enhance the total student athlete experience by promoting opportunity, protecting welfare, and fostering a positive image. Who is SAC?
SAC members are student athletes supporting other student athletes. SAC members vote on rules, partner with great organizations such as Make-A-Wish and Team Impact, and build pride on campus and in the community.
There are 3 different levels of SAC to get involved in. At the campus level, there are 307 Division II institutions that sponsor SAC. Each campus SAC is led by an athletic administrator and a committee made up of student athletes from a variety of athletic teams.
There are 24 Division II conferences, each with their own conference SAC. The representatives share best practices, success stories, and new ideas that can be brought back to each campus SAC.
The National SAC is made up of 1 student athlete from each of the 24 Division II conferences. These student athletes are your voice and are charged with the responsibility of relaying the overall student athlete voice for the division.
Your voice has value.
Get involved. Take ownership in your experience.
Leave a legacy.
Make it yours!
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks.
Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable, as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edward's University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect.
Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edward's University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis, and I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation. When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis, and I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
I came here to get my degree at a great school. Along the way, I worked at an orphanage in India and taught school in Peru. It's changed how I look at the world and how I see my future.
I knew I would earn my degree from a great school. But I never imagined this experience. It's changed the way I think about my future and transformed how I see my world.
At Rogers State University, we keep things personal.
It all starts here.
We make sure our graduates get the most out of their education.
RSU has campuses in Claremore, Bartlesville, and Pryor, with on-campus housing and a wide variety of programs to suit your needs.
It all starts here.
Rogers State University.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
At Newman University, you'll receive more than just a degree. You'll receive a degree of merit, a degree of character, a degree of difference. Learn more at newmanu.edu.
Newman University in Wichita. Newman is a family that comes together to excel in the classroom and on the field. As the only private NCAA Division II university in Kansas, our student athletes are uniquely prepared for success beyond college. Newman University, empowering graduates to transform society.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
Live from the UMAC in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we welcome you to the 2017 Heartland Conference Tournament. Game 1 set to tip in just a few moments, pitting top seeded St. Edwards against Texas A&M International. Top seed and the tip-off is coming up right after this on the Heartland Conference Network. Don't go anywhere. And welcome you back to the UMAC, the 2017 Heartland Conference Basketball Championship Tournament. We are opening things up with number 1 St. Edwards taking on number 8 seed Texas A&M International. Hello everyone, my name is Drew Brent, courtside with Corey Riggs. Jose Harbor is the field reporter. He will be bringing you the action on the sidelines. And Corey, an interesting matchup to start this tournament, a rematch from the opening round of last year.
You know, everybody loves history in basketball and all sports, and these are two teams that know one another. This is a conference tournament. They have played against one another twice already, featured in this game a year ago. But at this time of year, you never know what that means. It's a 1 versus 8 seed, but got to play out the game here in Tulsa and see who gets over on this UMAC court.
Absolutely. You can see the huddle there for St. Edwards. And let's talk about St. Edwards for just a few moments. Going back to that history that you were talking about, the number 6 seed going into last year's tournament made a Cinderella run, eventually losing to the eventual national champion, Lubbock Christian, in the Heartland Conference Tournament Championship Final. But they come in as a number 1 seed. Texas A&M International hoping possibly to rekindle some of that Cinderella magic this year. And after the year that they've had, Corey, you said you talked to the coach earlier on, and you said that this was a rough going for Texas A&M International.
Yeah, Jeff Saha is in his first year running things for Texas A&M International, and obviously only 7 players on the roster today, so a bit of a rough go this year, but a lot of hope and expectations for the Dust Devils.
Well, quite a bit of championship action for you. You can see the bracket here as St. Edwards taking on Texas A&M International here in our first game. Game 2 pits St. Mary's against number 7 Rogers State that's today's women's action. And, of course, you'll have the call on the men's action a little bit later on today and see UFAS playing at 3 o'clock. So a lot of basketball for us to be calling, and I'm honored to have you as our broadcast partner as tip-off begins, and St. Edwards will control the opening tip.
Your officials for today's game, Drew, Jeff Faulkner, Bill Carter, and Larry Johnson, the men in stripes today here in Tulsa.
Shakira Barnes had it at the top of the key, the leading scorer for St. Edwards as she makes a drive off the window. Rebound will be controlled by the Dust Devils, and they'll go the other way. You know, you talked about history. Texas A&M International once again had a rough go of it, but they were able to make the tournament with just 2 conference wins this year. A lot of heart, you would have to think, for this Dust Devil team.
2-14 conference record, a 2-24 overall record this season, as there's a rebound for Keani Clark. This is a team that really defensively, Drew, when they're on this end of the floor, they've just got to kind of junk it up. They're going to throw a little bit of everything at you, box and 1, triangle and 2. You know, they don't have enough depth to run man all day long.
Three-pointer on the way, no good.
So they'll throw a little bit of everything at the opposition today in St. Edwards. They're going to get a lot of different defensive looks.
Once again, there's Shakira Barnes, 5'6" senior from Snook, Texas, out of Blinn Junior College. Had a very good conference tournament last year and is the team's leading scorer in the regular season as A&M International controls it on the other side.
They just announced the all-conference teams today, did the Heartland Conference, and Shakira, a first-team all-conference selection, and no doubter.
Rosebrook Hunt with the 2-point jumper. It's up and it's in. First points of the game for A&M International. It's a 2-0 lead. Here's Barnes across the time stripe. You'll see Lexi Fothery in that corner. She'll be a player to watch over to the near side, and that's going to be Bailey Hill. She puts it up. She puts it in.
Abby Hopper knocking down the first made basket of the afternoon for St. Edwards and able to even it up here.
Here's Perez. Her friends call her Joe, so we're going to call her Joe. She'll get it to the inside, back out to Rosebrook Hunt. She's got the only points for A&M International, trying to make a drive. 2-point shot up on the way and in, and a nice presence underneath for Rosebrook Hunt, the 6-foot senior out of Bakersfield, California.
Averages 8 points and over 8 rebounds a game, Drew, and she's showing you a little bit of what Texas A&M International is able to do down on the low block with her.
2-point shot on the way. It's up and it's in, and we are back up to a tie ball game. And you know, let's not get lost on the 1-8 matchup. The last time these two teams met, Corey, was a 34-31 affair.
Yeah, you've got to think that was a matchup that was at Texas A&M.
Three-pointer on the way.
It was at Texas A&M International, and they got the game the way they wanted it. Keep it low scoring, keep it ugly, keep it dirty, keep yourself in the game until the final minutes, and it was a one-possession game.
And as you talk about history, the first time that these two teams met, two-point jumper on the way is no good. The first time these two teams met, whistling a foul. We'll get this out here in just a moment. First time these two teams met in the regular season, Lexi Fothery had 6 3-point shots and made them. It was the all-time 3-point scoring for St. Edwards in that first matchup, and you saw the foul there. Texas A&M International will control, still 4 up in the first quarter.
First personal foul called against Bailey Hill for the Hilltoppers. First foul for either team in the early going in this one.
Hannah Beatty controlled on the other side and now get it out to Alvarez. Inside, loses the basketball, and it'll go back to Abby Hopper. She'll push it out to Barnes across the time stripe. She's going to drive, and now Hopper with a 3-point basket try. It's off the iron and no good. Clark on the inside, whistling a foul.
Boy, Hopper really has just been open every trip down. She's kind of got this spot here at the left half of the top of the key, and they're just letting her have her shot. She's got all 4 points so far for St. Edwards.
Barnes' pass is intercepted by Beatty, who is the leading scorer for A&M International this year.
Beatty got the ball but stepped immediately on the out-of-bounds line. Nice effort, though, for the young lady from Brisbane, Australia.
Here's the inside pass. Driving in the paint, can't find it. There's Fothery for 3, and she drains it, and that's what we were talking about, that outside presence of Lexi Fothery. Missed the first 8 games of the regular season due to an injury, and she is making her presence felt in the early going, 7-4.
Her 29th made 3-pointer of the year, and that was just a nice, pure shot, an easy catch and release. Knocked down the first triple of the day.
You also notice, too, that the St. Edwards defense trying to eliminate that inside shot. However, they're going to drive inside the paint, lose the basketball, and another turnover St. Edwards will control.
Hunt that time on the drive was going to get her shot, but she didn't bring the ball with her. Good defensive stop that time for the Hilltoppers.
Ellie Jolly has it, and now she'll get it to Hopper, and the shot is up and no good. As you mentioned, she's open once again there in that corner, and she's been open quite a bit here in the early going.
Now, yeah, I've got a friend back home in Springfield, Missouri that is a fan of the phrase hand down, man down, meaning you got to know where you are defensively, especially on the perimeter, and if you don't put a hand in a shooter like Abby Hopper's face, it's going to end up coming back to bite you, and that's why she's already got 4 of their 7 points.
And you have to think that the pace of this game so far favors A&M International. Not a whole lot of scoring early on. Shot up and no good, and Barnes on the rebound. I think Keani Clark got a hand on it. Now Barnes will drive. Just trying to set the offense up, and there's Jolly on the corner. Inside to Clark. 2-pointer will not go. They've had some trouble on the inside so far.
Good rebound, though. Rosebrook Hunt getting position underneath. A little mismatch size-wise between her and Clark, but sometimes those rebounds are just about want to, not about who's taller.
Alvarez on the near side, closely guarded by Fothery. Will kick it out to Beatty. Just trying to find something here to get going. 2-point shot on the way from Hunt. It will not go. And the ball will stay with the Dust Devils. That's a media timeout. Stay with us. More tournament action right after this. You are watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on the Heartland Conference Sports Network.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it
actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So, that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland! Woo! The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LSU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day.
Jessica Alvarez for the Dust Devils will inbound as we welcome you back to the UMAC 2017 Heartland Conference Championship. Inbounds pass will go to Perez on the outside as the Dust Devils will reset. Drew Brent and Corey Riggs courtside. Harbor on the sidelines, and Rosebrook Hunt with a two-point shot off the window.
Great job of interior passing that time, finding the cutting teammate and get the points put on the board. You were right, Drew. This is a game that's at the Dust Devils' tempo right now, a one-point game, and they've got the ball shooting for the lead.
Rosebrook Hunt off the window again, and the Dust Devils take the lead, and that's exactly what we were just talking about. The pace right now really favors the number 8 seed, playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder as they walk into this tournament. Only 2 wins, as we mentioned before, but they had a very close game with St. Edwards earlier in the year, and there's Beatty again, another turnover on the other side, and here comes Perez driving.
Watch for Rosebrook Hunt on the offensive end here for Texas A&M International. She's got 6 of the Dust Devils' 8 points so far. She's really been the offensive trigger so far here today.
Hannah Beatty is the leading scorer, but Rosebrook Hunt has really made her presence known inside. Sandra Gilroy making her way in, Bailey Hill making her way in for St. Edwards, and there you see the man who I would say is an architect of making something out of a very tough situation for Texas A&M International.
Jeff Saha came in, only got the job, Drew, in August. Had to come in and put this team together. The previous coaching staff left with 6 of the players. And so that's why his team this year has been 5 starters and about 2 players on the bench as this possession goes deep against the shot clock, and they force the turnover.
Once again, another turnover underneath, and Texas A&M International could potentially capitalize. They lead by 1.
Turnovers even up at 2 apiece for the 2 teams here. Kind of thought it was a little more lopsided than that. I just think Texas A&M International has done more as far as capitalizing on the Hilltoppers' turnovers.
And if they want the Cinderella story, they're going to have to maintain that as Perez is working it between the circles. 12 on the shot clock, and she's looking. Defensive pressure being applied by St. Edwards, and she's going to kick it out to Hunt. Off the iron and no good, but a rebound by Perez, and that was a scrappy move. St. Edwards will come up with it, and there goes Barnes. She's going to try to push the pace a little bit as she goes inside. 2-point shot up off the iron, no good. The Dust Devils will rebound.
Rebound control by Nairi Aslanian, one of the only 2 bench players that Coach Saha has available, but they're still here shooting with the lead. 5-4 Joanna Perez on that last offensive rebound. That is some scrappy play in between some bigger players.
Here's Hunt again on the inside, driving in the paint off the window, no good. Gilroy was trying to come up with the rebound and ends up going to Haley Jolly, who will push it. Junior out of Fresmont, California, will kick it out to Bailey Hill, and now good ball movement by St. Edwards trying to find the shot. 18 on the shot clock, and here's Barnes again. 3-pointer on the way is up. It's off the iron. It's no good. Gilroy with the rebound will kick it back out to Barnes. Still trying to find their shot with a reset shot clock. 23 there. 3-pointer on the way. It's up off the front of the iron. No good again, and the Dust Devils come up with another rebound underneath, and here comes Perez. Watch Rosebrook Hunt, number 24.
8 rebounds now in the game for Texas A&M International, doing a good job on the boards against a team that's got probably the size advantage overall, Drew, as far as St. Edwards goes.
Perez at the top of the key trying to work it. Bad pass will fly out of bounds and will go to St. Edwards. And good defense on the other end, and you haven't been able to say that so far. Let's go ahead and go to our sideline reporter, Jose Harbor, for this quick update. Jose?
Thanks, guys. Just like you were talking about, Corey, they do have a bigger size advantage, and Coach J.J. Reel really wanted to use that, go inside, bounce back out to the outside, you know, really take their time on offense and make sure they're getting the right shot.
All right, thanks, Jose, and good report there, and it's not something that they've been able to do so far. And you see the replay here. Here's Gilroy with that turnaround, looking for it, hits the glass, not able to go, but she is going to go behind the foul line.
Yeah, as Lannion with the hip check foul, so we'll make our first trip to the free throw line today. Get a good look at Guillory, the 6-foot junior from Austin, Texas. She transferred to the team from Sam Houston State.
Second shot forthcoming for Gilroy. It's 8-7. And we're tied up. Gilroy goes 50% on that charity try. Here come the Dust Devils again. Perez between the circles again, trying to reset. Three-point shot on the way off the iron, and didn't see that one coming, but she was close. Puts up a shot, had the open look, but just can't get it to fall.
Perez really more of a distributor of the ball, less of a shooter, averages about 3-4 assists a game for the Dust Devils, but you know, if you're going to get an open look like that, you got to knock it down, and she had a good look at the basket.
Here's Hopper again, long two-point range, trying to drive it inside, will get it out to Jolly. Errant pass is intercepted by Rosebrook Hunt, and they're going to kick it this way. Here's to Perez now, between the circles. 19 seconds left here in this first quarter, and we're tied up at 8.
Would you have believed me if I told you we were going to go to the end of the first quarter with one of these two teams probably not having double-digit scoring?
After the last game, I might have, but I don't know that I would have believed it for this game. It's been a very good defensive stand so far for both teams, and with 6.8 left, we are tied up at 8 in a defensive affair. Perez will go to the line. There you see Joanna Perez, 5'4" senior. She's scrappy out of El Paso, Texas, behind the charity stripe. Rolls out. She'll get one more try.
Neither team has had much success getting to the free throw line, Drew, and then once they get there, score.
Second shot on the way. It's up and it's in, 9-8. Inbounds pass here comes to Sutton. She's pushing it. She's got 3 seconds left. Long three on the way. Almost drains it, but can't quite get there. Does Haley Jolly. And we are at the end of the first quarter. 9-8. Texas A&M International leads top-seeded St. Edwards. We'll be back right after this.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
How can you get involved and make it yours? Joining Student Athlete Advisory Committee allows your voice to be heard.
The mission of SAC is to enhance the total student athlete experience by promoting opportunity, protecting welfare, and fostering a positive image. Who is SAC?
SAC members are student athletes supporting others.
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks.
Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
Second quarter action here in game number 1 of the Heartland Conference Tournament. Top-seeded St. Edwards trails the number 8 seed Texas A&M International here in the early going. Drew Brent, Corey Riggs courtside. Jose Harbor is our sideline man. St. Edwards comes up with a rebound whistle. And the inbounds pass will come from Haley Jolly. Junior out of Fremont, California. She will inbound to Farron Sutton, the freshman out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Freshman getting some playing time here in conference tournament action.
They gave Rosebrook Hunt that foul, her first, the team's first now here in the newly minted second quarter.
Three-point shot on the way, and they've not been able to find any luck behind the line. Sutton looked at it again, couldn't quite find it. Inside pass to Clark is intercepted, and here we go again. Here's Beatty pushing the tempo now, trying to find some kind of look. Both teams still in single digits. It's been good defense so far from both squads.
Well, look no further than 24 unless Coach Jeff Saha came up with something on the quarter break here, trying to get the ball to his star, Hannah Beatty. That pass is too tall, though.
Jolly will inbound again to Farron Sutton, 5'2" guard. But as we've seen so far, she's scrappy as well. And she's got the chops to shoot the three. She's at the top of the key. She looked at it again, gets it out. Far side, inside now to Clark, whistle. They called that one on Alvarez. I believe it was a hand check foul.
Yeah, she had position underneath Clark that time, but trying to woe her up and just kind of got into the back of her.
Jolly's got it on the far side, cross-court pass to Fothery, who's in three-point land but can't quite find it. There's that shot. It's up, and she banks it. Lexi Fothery, you can take that tray ball to the bank, and it's going to be an 11-9 advantage for the #1 seed.
Her 30th made three this season, and when you don't get out and guard on the perimeter, this Hilltopper team can make you pay quickly.
All-tournament team last year alongside her teammate Shakira Barnes. Here's Hunt out on the far side. 8:23 to go in the half. Turnaround jumper will not go. It will fly out of bounds, and it will be St. Edward's basketball, I believe.
Yeah, well, the officials got together that time, and Jeff Faulkner walked over and made sure his partner saw there was a tip there. There was a tip there.
So it's going to be Dust Devil basketball.
Good job by the men in stripes to work together.
The two-point shot on the way will not go from Alvarez. St. Edward's going the other way. Sutton trying to push it, gets it out to Jolly. She's in three-point land, eyed it, but decided not to go for it. Three-pointer on the way. It's up, and it's in, and there we go again. Madison Schenk, Conroe, Texas, nails the tray ball, and just like that, it's a 5-point advantage for St. Edward's.
Madison Schenk, that's her 50th attempt this year from three-point land. She shoots a little better than 34%. Those are big points.
Couple of mid-quarter adjustments we're seeing from St. Edward's. A little more pressure over on the defensive end, and all of a sudden they turned a 1-point deficit to a 5-point advantage in just less than a few minutes.
Well, you know, J.J. Reel in her 5th year running things for St. Edward's, the newly named Heartland Conference Coach of the Year. You knew she was working that dry erase board during the media timeout.
You know, we were here for the conference tournament last year. They were the 6th seed making it to the conference championship. And it was, whoa, three-point shot on the way, and it's not going to fly. St. Edward's rebound. J.J. Reel is one of these coaches who is known as a player's coach. She's tough, but she's fair. She said her team was mentally prepared, ready to execute. They were loose. They weren't looking or talking about the #1 seed. They just wanted to come out and play. Inside to Clark, looking, two-point shot up and in, and that's and one. She'll go behind the line.
Clark averages 10 points and 6 rebounds a game and is one of the better positional players down low. You see, she sealed with that left shoulder, got underneath her defender. It was a high percentage shot, and she also can knock down the free throw as well.
So imagine this, 9-0 run here in this second quarter for St. Edward's. They were trailing by 1. And so here's Shakira Barnes in the backcourt. They were trailing by 1. Here's Clark, now Fothery, long two-point shot. It's up and in. She is money long term. Let's go to the sidelines with Jose Harbor. Jose.
Thanks, guys. I was able to get some information on Joe Perez, a Texas A&M player. She used to play her first 2 years at Eastern Wyoming College before coming here. She came here because of the coaches. She felt her game would improve. And in her spare time, she likes to lift weights and eat ice cream, which I can agree is an awesome thing to do in your spare time.
You know, if I thought that eating more ice cream would make me a tournament player, I would be just downing the Yarnells all the time.
You and I have never said no to a bowl of ice cream ever. If you've met Drew and I, Jose, I don't know that he ever looks like he's eaten ice cream. The dude's skinny as a rail.
Well, you do notice that he's the one on camera. We're just saying that. Very good.
That's what it is.
Well, as we come back into action, take a look at the men's bracket, and you will have the call on this one, Corey. Dallas Baptist, once again, just looking like the unbeatable.
Well, they're the #1 overall seed. They'll take on the Newman University Jets when we start the men's half of the bracket later today. And they're the highest scoring team in the league. They're the most polished team in the league when you see them. We saw them at shoot around earlier today. And Coach Flickner really has that team, I think, in a position to make a great run here this weekend in Tulsa and hopefully a run in the NCAA D2 tournament.
Interesting storyline going into that game with the Newman Jets and Coach Mark Potter. We'll touch on that a little bit later on. Nay Islanian. Our friends call her Nay. Her name is Nayiri, but we're going to go with Nay.
Less likelihood that I mess it up that way.
Exactly. It's the same here as Perez, the ice cream weightlifter, will be on the near side. Now we'll kick it out to Islanian. Three-pointer on the way. It's up and it's good. Excellent ball movement that time by A&M International. It's 19-9.
Boy, the Dust Devils really needed that. 5 points now for Islanian. And finally they get off the schneid here after St. Edwards came out on that monster run to start quarter number 2.
I need to correct myself. It's 19-12 as you see at the bottom of the screen. Three-pointer on the way. Off the iron, will not go. Rebound will go to the Dust Devils. 6 minutes to play here in this opening half. And the ball will go to Perez between the circles. And you see they're slowing things down just a hair.
Well, that's what they have to do. I mean, between the size mismatch, the depth of the bench, this is just what an 8 seed's got to do against a 1.
Hunt's shot would not go. Just not quite enough on it. And they're going to call that one on Nayiri Islanian.
She got into Haley Jolly that time, and not sure if you see it in the replay here or not, just over the back there, got the shoulder, but you know, great sportsmanship on display. You don't see it, it happens off camera there, but immediately she turns around, helps pick the opponent up and off the floor here.
Here's Farron Sutton again. We'll kick it out to Jolly. Three-pointer on the way, will not go. Beatty with the rebound. Beatty, the team's leading scorer, has been relatively quiet so far. No points for her just yet. May have gotten away with a double dribble that time. And now we'll push it out to Perez from three-point land. Shoots and she scores. Joanna Perez with the tray ball. And just like that, we're back down to a 4-point game.
3-point shot makes a game so very, very different.
Speaking of which, three-pointer on the way, up and no good. Rebound will go to St. Edwards, whistle and a foul.
Momentum has just swung back in the direction of the Dust Devils now with a made 3, a foul here, and an opportunity to cut this down to a 1-possession game.
Madison Schenk, foul call there, the freshman. Picks up her first.
Shakira Barnes checks back into the ball game for Coach Reel.
Team's leading scorer, as we mentioned, but relatively quiet so far. 0 for 3 in her first 3 attempts.
She and Lexi Fothery had both been on the bench, Drew, in that little run here for Texas A&M International. See if that doesn't change with the Hilltoppers. 2 best scorers back on the floor.
Just under 5 minutes to play here in this opening half of this opening game. Much more basketball to bring you here along the Heartland Conference Network. The inbound pass will go to Barnes in the backcourt. And you know, Coach Reel was telling us in the early going that she really wanted to see more production out of her bench, but so far you were hoping to see a little more production out of the starters, particularly Barnes and Fothery. But Fothery, of course, has scored. She believes she has 8, but Barnes has been quiet so far.
Well, the seniors are really a big part of this team's success and what they do. The leadership, the scoring, everything that comes in. And Coach Reel's got 3 of them, Fothery, Keani Clark, as well as Barnes are the 3 seniors. As you see, Lexi Fothery at the line, an all-conference second-teamer, a 5'10" senior. But as these seniors go, so go the Hilltoppers. And you're seeing one of them now not able to get her shot in the lane, but gets 2 points at the free throw line and adds to this 21-15 advantage now.
6 points separate these two teams as Perez takes it across the time stripe, driving now, looking, trying to find something in the lane, puts it up. She will be fouled. They'll call that one on Barnes.
Barnes and Perez is a nice little battle. You've got two very diminutive guards, 5'2", 5'4". So it's you don't have a big height mismatch or anything, but that time Perez got the better. Barnes gets the foul, and the Dust Devils inbounds underneath their own basket.
You notice that she got a little handsy in that replay there. So Fothery comes up with the basketball underneath, and here comes Barnes. Looking to kind of up the pace just a little bit. Whistle, and they're going to call her for a walk. Abby Hopper, 6'1" forward, can't quite.
Hopper was the bulk of their scoring early in the first quarter. She knocked down her first 2 shots and got the Hilltoppers off to a good start in quarter number 1.
Ranked in the top 20 in rebounds in the conference as Perez makes her way near side, will kick it into Beatty. Once again, bad pass. Hopper comes up with it. Will get it to Barnes. Crossing the time stripe now. Inside, 2-point shot. Blocked. Little hand by Rosebrook Hunt, who has been a beast so far for the Dust Devils.
Rosebrook Hunt has done a little bit of everything. She scored, she blocked shots. That's what she's doing right here. See Hopper, the sweet baseline move, but Rosebrook Hunt, the denial there, and they'll go back to work here on the offensive end.
The inbounds pass coming to Hopper. 2-point shot on the way, will not go. Clark trying to find something underneath. Whistle and a foul. And I think Coach Saha wanted a walk there, but they are not going to get it. They're going to call that one on Beatty. I believe that's her first. Clark's first on the way, no good. Second one on the way. You know, we've talked about Clark so far just being a presence underneath, but her physical style of play is just dominating underneath. And she misses both of them.
Now she's got big, broad shoulders. She can put her back into you, clear out the space that she needs to attack on the offensive end and on the defensive end. She usually gets the position. That time, however, though, Rosebrook Hunt beat her to the spot, gets the offensive rebound and the putback.
Just a 5-point deficit here between these two teams now. 3-pointer on the way, up off the iron, will not go for St. Edwards, and here comes Alvarez, and Alvarez push it across the time stripe and get it now to Perez. Just under 3.5 to play in this first half. It's 21-17. Perez looking, 2-point shot, will not go. Rebound goes to Bailey Hill. She'll get it to Barnes in the backcourt. Now we'll try to push the pace. She's looking inside, and it's a charge. And I'm interested to see that replay because that was
I didn't think there was enough contact between the two of them, but you see there, you don't necessarily have to have the ball for it to be a player control foul. That's what the call ends up being, as Barnes lost the handle, but still collided with the opposing player.
You saw Rosebrook Hunt's name, your arms just straight up. That's what you have to do, and there's Perez now.
That was her first personal, the team's fifth, so they'll be shooting after this.
Off the window, and the ball will fly out of bounds. Perez trying to make something happen inside, but St. Edwards has buckled down.
Perez averages about 12 points a game, 3 assists, about a rebound and a half, and she hasn't been able to, she's been doing her primary job in distributing the ball as we get a stoppage and play here, but she just hasn't been able to get the scoring side of her game going yet. She's getting to the rim, they're just not falling.
Trying to find what the officials are stopping play for.
Getting an agreement on how much time should actually be on the clock.
The inbounds pass will come from Hopper. You know, we've not called Fothery's name very much. She sits in the corner over here off camera. She has quietly accumulated 10 of the 21 St. Edwards points.
Yeah, it's you're dead on, Drew. Quietly is a good way to put it, and she's done it by knocking down a couple of threes, 6 of her 10. She's shooting perfect for today, and that's just a great announcer way to put a kibosh on the poor girl. She's 3 of 3 from the floor, 2 of 2 from three-point land, and a perfect 2 of 2 at the charity stripe.
Inbounds to Clark now. There's that physicality we were talking about. Kicks it back out to Hill. 3-pointer on the way, and it's good. Bailey Hill from San Marcos, Texas, makes this a 24-17 game.
Bailey Hill over 30 trays in the season, and that was a nice shot. She just rose and fired, knock it down, and again, they add to that advantage now, up 7.
Three-pointers will be the story of this game. It was the story of their first meeting back in December. Three-pointer on the way for Texas A&M International will not fall, and here comes Sutton pushing the pace, maybe looking inside, can't find it, will push, looking along the baseline. Now here's Clark, two-point shot, had a hand in her face. That's going to be a hand check foul. They're going to call that one on Rosebrook Hunt, and Rosebrook Hunt, I'm looking here to see, but I believe that is her second.
I'm afraid it may be her third, Drew. It depends on how quickly they update the scoreboard above our head here. But either way, a player that Texas A&M International can't afford to have in foul trouble. She's been a big part of the offense.
Clark's first free throw is good. Into the ball game now back is Aslanian. It's a 25-17 ball game, and that's one of the things you don't want to see. You don't want to see Rosebrook Hunt get into foul trouble. As you mentioned, she has been very dominant so far.
Well, the team as a whole can't afford to get in foul trouble. They have 2 subs.
Exactly.
2, that's it. So if you have somebody foul out in this game, your bench becomes a bench of 1. So got to play very conservative on the defensive end if you're wearing the maroon and gold, and here we've got a foul away from the ball underneath.
Call that on Farron Sutton. And Sutton has quietly accumulated 2 fouls as well. It's getting a little chippy under there.
Yeah, that was just a grab. Somebody running through the lane. Sutton got beat, so she reached out and grabbed, and the officials were there to make the call.
Here's Beatty now, and now the pass is going to be picked off by Sutton. She'll push it inside. There's Bailey Hill on the baseline. 2-point shot up off the window, and it's good.
That's a great finish, but did you see what she wanted to do first? She took a side step there to see if they'd give her the 3, and then she drove baseline and finished at the rim.
That's what makes this St. Edward's team so dangerous. You can see that they've got some success beyond the arc as Perez puts up a 2-point shot up and in. But if you give them the inside lane, they're going to hit it every time. That's 28-19.
Hill with 1 3 and 1 2 in the game.
A little bit of urgency now for St. Edward's. Excuse me, for Texas A&M International. St. Edward's can hold on. Whistle 3 seconds violation, and now Texas A&M will have the basketball. A&M International, I should say.
That's a big call for them here. Under a minute, trying to cut this lead down because it almost expanded up to double-digit points. So this is a great opportunity. Take a long possession here, get you 2, get you 3, and cut down the differential going into the intermission.
It's been a quarter of run so far. 2-point shot will not go. St. Edward's with the rebound underneath. That time is Hopper. Her presence has been felt underneath quite a bit. Here comes Sutton, gives it to Fodry, out cross-court pass to Hill now. 2-pointer, maybe a long 2, possibly a 3-pointer there by Hopper. I'll have to wait for the official word. They gave her the 2. It's 30-19.
Yeah, her first made basket since early in the first quarter.
No shot clock here. A&M International will hold for the last one, you would assume, but Sutton is in Perez's face, and as you mentioned, the battle of diminutive guards. Inside, 2-point shot is blocked by Clark, and that was that physical presence we talked about. She's going to get the foul call. Perez is still down, and once again, here we go. Let's take a look at that replay. She goes up.
Well, watch the block on the ball, but what you're not going to see is Perez fall out of the frame and hit her head on the floor here. There's going to be a personal foul called against Clark. J.J. Real doesn't like it, but it's the right call because while she got all ball with the hand, she got her with the body. That's what sent Perez to the ground and is going to give her a chance here at the free throw line with 6.1 ticks.
But as you mentioned, the depth of this team, that has to be a little bit concerning.
Got to make your heart stop.
Yeah, a little bit, because then you've got somebody potentially in foul trouble and an injury as Perez drains her first one, makes this a 10-point game.
Perez on the season, a 71% free throw shooter, 46 of 64, and she makes them both.
You saw Coach Reel there on the broadcast. She was not happy with that call, but it was the right call. There you see her again, and she's still not happy with the official.
That's part of coaching, Drew.
6 seconds left. Sutton across the time stripe trying to get it to Bailey Hill. Long three to end the half. Will not go. 2-point by Hopper on the way and beats the buzzer. They're going to count the basket. 32-21 is your halftime score. Stay with us. More to come from this opening game of the 2017 Heartland Conference Championship Tournament live on the Heartland Conference Sports Network.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championships, March 21st, 22nd, and 24th at Alumni Hall in Columbus, Ohio. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable, as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edward's University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect.
Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edward's University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation. When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
I came here to get my degree at a great school. Along the way, I worked at an orphanage in India and taught school in Peru. It's changed how I look at the world and how I see my future.
I knew I would earn my degree from a great school. But I never imagined this experience. It's changed the way I think about my future and transformed how I see my world.
At Rogers State University, we keep things personal.
It all starts here.
We make sure our graduates get the most out of their education.
RSU has campuses in Claremore, Bartlesville, and Pryor, with on-campus housing and a wide variety of programs to suit your needs.
It all starts here.
Rogers State University.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
At Newman University, you'll receive more than just a degree. You'll receive a degree of merit, a degree of character, a degree of difference. Learn more at newmanu.edu.
Newman University in Wichita. Newman is a family that comes together to excel in the classroom and on the field. As the only private NCAA Division II university in Kansas, our student athletes are uniquely prepared for success beyond college. Newman University, empowering graduates to transform society.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
He is the God who sees me. He knows who I am becoming and who I will one day be. The kingdom of God. This is no small stake. With all my heart, mind, and strength, I will answer the call.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
We open our arms to students from around the corner and from around the world.
No matter where we're from, all Dust Devil student athletes play for the love of our sport, the love of our team, and the love of our university. If you can play here, you can play.
If you can play,
you can play.
Om du kan spela, så kan du spela.
Si můžeš hrát, můžeš hrát. Si puedes jugar, puedes jugar.
If you can play, you can play.
This is the you that goes beyond a bachelor's degree. This is the International U, Texas A&M International University. Learn how to take your talents further at tamu.edu.
Whoever you are, whoever you want to be, find your future with us. We are UAFS.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LSU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
How can you get involved and make it yours? Joining Student Athlete Advisory Committee allows your voice to be heard.
The mission of SAC is to enhance the total student athlete experience by promoting opportunity, protecting welfare, and fostering a positive image. Who is SAC?
SAC members are student athletes supporting other student athletes. SAC members vote on rules, partner with great organizations such as Make-A-Wish and Team Impact, and build pride on campus and in the community.
There are 3 different levels of SAC to get involved in. At the campus level, there are 307 Division II institutions that sponsor SAC. Each campus SAC is led by an athletic administrator and a committee made up of student athletes from a variety of athletic teams.
There are 24 Division II conferences, each with their own conference SAC. The representatives share best practices, success stories, and new ideas that can be brought back to each campus SAC.
The National SAC is made up of one student athlete from each of the 24 Division II conferences. These student athletes are your voice and are charged with the responsibility of relaying the overall student athlete voice for the division.
Your voice has value.
Get involved.
Take ownership in your experience.
Leave a legacy.
Make it yours!
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks. Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
Welcome back to the Heartland Conference, where St. Edwards leads Texas A&M International 32-21. I got to get some information about Lexi Fothery, who missed most of the season, the first half of the season this year with an injury after leading the team last year in points per game and average and playing all 27 games. She still made second team all Heartland Conference this year. And I got the mascot here. What do you think of the game? Well, Lexi Fothery leads all players in points with 10. Look for her to keep that going in the second half. Guys, back to you.
All right, fantastic, Jose. Good sideline reporting. Three-pointer on the way from Hopper is no good, and excellent insight from the mascot there as well. I thought he went very in-depth.
I don't know why that they won't share more with us.
I know.
Mascots are guarded people, Drew.
So secretive. Perez at the top of the key as we welcome you back to the second half of our number one matchup here. Number 1, number 8, now driving inside. Fothery takes the ball away, and that's where they're so strong, Fothery on the inside.
Now their interior, their post defense is very good. Fothery's kind of a tweener, plays out on the wing quite a bit, but Jose was trying to tell you in that hit that how important she is to this team. You see the big knee brace on her left knee. She missed the time, but when she is back and when she is healthy, she's one of the best in the conference.
Great ball movement that time. Count the shot, and Addison Schenk, the freshman, nice inside move. It's 34-21, and St. Edwards may pull away if the Dust Devils aren't careful.
Schenk now with 5 points. Fothery with 10 points to lead all scorers in this one.
Here's Alvarez, closely guarded by Shakira Barnes. 10 on the shot clock, trying to find something. There's Beatty. She's been quiet all day after leading the team in scoring. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Can't find anything. Got to put it up. Or else that's a walk. So it could have called a shot clock violation. Could have called a walk. Either way,
choice.
Defense was the key on that side.
Well, we saw a lot of defense in the first quarter. The first quarter ended 9-8 Texas A&M International, but the scoring really blew up in the second quarter. 24 points for St. Edwards.
Here's Hill, three-pointer on the way, off the back iron, no good.
And the three-pointer was a big part of that as they knocked down 4 of them in the quarter to get the control of this game.
Hill on the fast break, looking for that layup. 2-point off the window, will not fall. She had a hand in her face by Beatty that time, and Alvarez will pick up the rebound and take it the other way.
Well, she let out a frustration scream running back to center court here at the UMAC. Can't believe that she missed that layup. Just a nice, easy finger roll, but it pinballed around and bounced back out of the cylinder.
Alvarez back out to Perez. Three-pointer off the front of the iron, no good. Here comes Fothery. Fothery realizes she doesn't have the advantage and slows it down, and now kick it inside the paint. Two-pointer will not go. Whistle and a foul, and she will go to the line.
That's just a great change of pace that time. Fothery knew she could stop and pop from there, but instead just kind of pulled up with the shoulders, gave that hesitation, and then drove the lane, took it right at the leading scorer for Texas A&M International, trying to get Beatty her second foul, but her third foul, pardon me.
Fothery's shot is on the way, and it's good. She'll have one more. And, you know, Jose was mentioning this earlier, that Fothery was such a pivotal point to this team. All tournament team last year. The team would have been the team's leading scorer, presumably, had she not missed the first 8 games with an injury. And you can't deny the senior leadership for the Hilltoppers, as Perez has the basketball on the far side. Inside looking for Hunt, can't find it. Clark trying to wrestle it away, and we're going to get a jump ball. Alternating possession is going to go to the Dust Devils.
Nice fight that time by Aslanian. Be able to tie up Clark. Possession arrow, keep the ball on that end of the floor. You see Clark reaches in, ties her up, but no give up here as Aslanian reaches back in and is able to force the call.
And I believe I called Aslanian Hunt, so that is my mistake as Clark picks up the steal across the court. She's going to go. She's going to try to drive it inside. 2-point shot up, and it is no good. She hits very hard near the St. Edwards cheerleaders. I'm going to call that one on Jessica Alvarez. And am I reading this right? That's her third. 3 players on A&M International with 3 fouls.
You are literally in Kenny Longan's danger zone now with 3 players with 3 fouls, because if they foul out, that would leave Texas A&M International with 4 players on the floor to finish the game. That's just how shallow that bench is.
Clark at the line now. Off the iron and no good. She gets 1 more. From the free throw stripe, she's been 3 of 5.
On the season, she's better than a 62% free throw shooter, and she shows you a little of that on the next one.
Inbounds goes to Perez now in the backcourt. St. Edwards putting on just a little bit of pressure in the backcourt. 37-21, a 16-point lead for the top-seeded St. Edwards Hilltoppers.
Trying to get back to that championship round again. They made that magical run against Lubbock Christian last year, fell 75-52.
Perez with a kiss off the window. Now here's Barnes taking it across, and you mentioned that was the Cinderella story last year. 3-pointer on the way, it's up off the iron, no good. Couldn't quite make that one fall. Good shank.
Abby Hopper checks back in for the Hilltoppers.
And you know, and Abby Hopper, we've called her name quite a bit. She is the second leading scorer for St. Edwards in this ball game, 8 points, 4 for 10 so far. But Lexi Fothery, once again, we really haven't called her name that much, leading all scorers with 12.
Yeah, a quiet 12, you said it in the first half, but Hopper, 8 points and 4 rebounds, too. She's really been contributing on both ends of the floor, and now Fothery with a rebound.
It's been the defensive presence of Fothery that has really made a whole lot of difference. 3-pointer on the way. It's off the iron, no good for Hill. Rebound goes to Clark. Clark on the inside looking to try to find some help. She's in the lane. Turnaround jumper. Up and good. She drains it. Nice job by Kalani Clark.
Oh, that was a pretty move that time by Clark. The post for the Hilltoppers. Fake you left, come back to the right, spin move, a little one-handed shot. Goes up and snaps the net, and they are, Drew, starting to pull away here in the third.
Beatty's still quiet for Texas A&M International. No points so far. Here's Barnes. Hill inside to Clark. Good ball movement. Turnaround, puts it up and in. It's that same move we saw on that last possession, and she puts it up and in.
Fakes to one shoulder, comes back to the other. That time, Texas A&M even rolled a double team to her. They had her bracketed on both sides. Just a pretty shot by Clark.
And that's that physical presence that Clark has as she closely guards Rosebrook Hunt. Her shot will not fall. Beatty goes underneath. She'll go to the line for 2 after missing that one. They're going to call that one, I believe, on Bailey Hill.
First third quarter team now at the free throw line for the Dust Devils to make a third degree. And Beatty shooting 2.
Haley Jolly is checking back in. You see her. Beatty's first shot on the way and in. It's the third quarter. That's Beatty's first points of the night.
Averages 13 points and almost 9 rebounds a night for the Dust Devils. Maybe this will be the jump start she needs, though. Here, just a couple at the free throw line, and she makes them both.
She puts her first 2 on the afternoon, 41-25, Shakira Barnes. So we mentioned the Hilltoppers leading scorer, and now you see Fothery on that near side. Turnaround, 2-pointer on the way, will not fall. Beatty with the rebound will go to Perez in the backcourt. You see, once again, they're trying to up that tempo. Looks errant pass inside. Lack of communication there for Rosebrook Hunt. And the ball will fly out of bounds. It should be, I believe it's St. Edward's ball, but they may call tip. And they do.
That's exactly what they say. Last touch by St. Edwards. So a second chance here after the miscommunication by Perez and Hunt.
There's Aslani looking, trying to find some help. She's along the baseline, loses the control. There's Lexi Fothery. Here she goes again. Good defensive move. Got the 2-point shot on the way, will not go. Rebound, fighting for it. Vothery hits the dirt, and it will go back to Islanian.
Haley Jolly and Fothery that time not really communicating, kind of fought for the rebound, and instead
Three-pointer on the way by Nay Islanian.
Texas A&M International able to get the benefit in the trifecta.
This time they cut that lead to 13, 41-28. Inside to Clark. She's got 2 on her. Still trying to find some help along the baseline. Has her pocket pick. She's up. She's in. Oh, my goodness. The ball flies out. Just pinballs around. But Clark, once again, that physical presence on the inside, surrounded by 3 that time, and still able to put the shot up.
That's the second time the Hilltoppers have had a point-blank look that didn't go.
Here's Clark on the rebound. And here's Barnes across the time stripe here. 3:59 to play in the third quarter. Long 3, up and drills it. How about Abby Hopper with that tray ball?
Abby Hopper's been able to get her shot all afternoon here in Tulsa. That 3 is no different.
Coach Saha wants to talk things over. We'll be back on the Heartland Conference Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
At Rogers State University, we keep things personal.
It all starts here.
We make sure our graduates get the most out of their education.
RSU has campuses in Claremore, Bartlesville, and Pryor, with on-campus housing and a wide variety of programs to suit your needs.
It all starts here.
Rogers State University.
I knew I would earn my degree from a great school. But I never imagined this experience. It's changed the way I think about my future and transformed how I see my world.
Oklahoma, Drew Brent, Corey Ricks, courtside, Jose Harbor, our man on the sidelines giving us all the field action. 44-28, top-seeded St. Edwards leads Texas A&M International in Game 1 of our Heartland Conference Tournament for 2017. Alvarez has it on the far side. Here's Beatty.
Texas A&M International's got to find a way to get Beatty jump-started. She got those 2 free throws, Drew, but that has been it, and she's been their leading scorer game after game all season long.
Shakira Barnes eyed the 3, decided not to. Instead gets it out to Jolly on that far side, you see. And now inside, back to Guillory, I should say, off the window, up and in. Nice job that time by Sandra Guillory, the junior out of Austin, Texas.
Right now, anytime St. Edwards, Drew, goes into the low post, it's working. Now what you've seen is instead of Clark getting the benefit of those low post shots, it's Guillory, and she turns around and immediately gets her first field goal in the second half to go.
Off the foot, and we're going to give the ball back to Texas A&M International. We're going to stay here through the timeout. 2:58 to play here in this third quarter. 46-28 are scoring. Corey, you told me during the break, the halftime break, that you thought that the third quarter would really be where St. Edwards is going to blow it open. And so far, you've seen that, particularly from Keani Clark.
Yeah, Keani Clark's just been the difference in the third quarter. It was an 11-point game when the second half started, when the third quarter started. They've expanded their lead, and it's been because of her play in the low post. She's 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. She's done well for a post player. She's 4 of 7 from the charity stripe. She's nearing a double-double with 10 points, 8 rebounds, and on top of all of that, she's also dropped 3 dimes today. She's got 3 assists too, which says a lot when you're obviously a power forward position on the floor.
Well, who you're looking at right now is Rosebrook Hunt on your screen. She's been a powerhouse, and also Nay Islani. That's who that one is. It's 34 and 24. I can hardly see. But, you know, here's the thing about Islani. her name has been called quite a bit on an offensive side, but defensively and underneath, she's been a presence as well.
8 points, 2 rebounds today for Nay, and she has gotten a lot of those hustle plays, a lot of those 50-50 balls, gets tie-ups, the type of things that don't show up in a stat sheet but coaches love.
Lexi Fothery there on your screen, 12 points for St. Edwards to lead all scorers. Here's Perez now to Aslanian, 2-pointer on the way and in. Here comes Barnes. So that was a long two, but she was able to make it inside to Guillory. 2-pointer will not fall. Hunt had a hand on it, no foul called. Good clean.
And that's a dangerous play because she's in with 3 fouls, one of the 3 Dust Devils that's playing with 3 fouls.
And here's Perez now once again getting it to Alvarez. Alvarez to Beatty, only 2 points for Beatty so far this afternoon. And that's been a story that we've been following all game long. Trying to find her in the corner and disrupted that time by Hopper.
Great anticipation that time by the 6'1" sophomore from Lubbock, Texas, Abby Hopper. There's a reason why, even if you're coaching at the Y level, it doesn't matter, D1, D2, whatever, you always hear coaches yell, hands up, hands up, hands up. You keep your hands up, you disrupt a passing lane, and you get a tip like that.
Whistle and a foul underneath. I believe they're going to call that one. It looked like on Barnes, but and that's exactly who they call it on. You see it there on the replay, and it was pretty evident there, but they have to be careful underneath to not send the Dust Devils to the free throw line for that right there.
Yeah, you put somebody like Perez on the line. It's the 3rd personal foul on Barnes. But Perez, great at the free throw line this year, 70%, 25 of 36 coming into today. She goes 2 for 2 on that trip.
46-32, 2 minutes to play here in this third quarter in the opening game. Out near side, and now looking at the three, can't find it. Here's Guillory on the inside. Whistle. And a 3-second violation.
Second one of those we've seen today. A couple of the posts for both these teams like to get camped out down in the lane, and the officials on top of the call.
Joanna Perez across the time stripe. We mentioned her name quite a bit. And now back to Alvarez she goes. Just trying to find some kind of scoring lane, trying to kickstart this offense in the third quarter. 2-pointer off the window, and there it is. And that was a great shot.
Wow, that had a lot of English on it to be able to spin at that angle off the window and go in.
Jolly inside to Guillory now. Guillory still looking along the baseline, loses her control. Turn around, up and in. Nice job that time by Sandra Guillory.
She did a great job to step underneath. It had a very narrow lane between her defender and the out-of-bounds line, and she's able to get to the rack.
Well, part of it is a size advantage underneath. She stands at 6 foot even. And now here's Barnes. 3-point land. Gets it back out now to Hill. Hill cross court. We get it to Hopper for 3. It's up. It's just off the iron. It did make contact, and A&M will rebound.
Just barely that time. Rosebrook Hunt had to hold on, falling out of bounds, and get it back in.
Here's Aslanian will now kick it back out to Perez. 15 on the shot clock, under a minute to play in this third quarter. Perez, 3-ball off the iron, will not go. Rebound by Aslanian, puts it off the window, still cannot get it to fall. Here comes Barnes. 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And you hear beside us Coach Reel telling St. Edwards, we're going to hold up here. They're going to try to hold for at least as close to the last shot as they can with the math.
Well, and Texas A&M International had got it down to 11, and now they're trying to expand that lead back up thick into the double digits.
There's Barnes, 2-point. That was gorgeous. 48-34, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Perez may try to throw up a miracle. She does. Oh, and it was close enough. Let's send it down to our man, Jose Harbor, who has this report. Jose.
What their coach was telling them in the sidelines, we need to try to get the ball moving around, try to get Hannah going. She's really the spirit of the team, and if she's not performing, the rest of the team is going to kind of follow suit. But you also got to wonder how much fatigue is playing a factor with such a short bench, guys.
16-point differential, Jose, between these two teams, and that was something that we've been talking about, Corey, the entire game. The fact that Beatty has not been able to get it started, and as Jose mentioned, it's something that the team is clearly concerned about.
Well, this is a young lady that's been the leader on the floor for this team all year. 13 points a night, 9 rebounds a night. She knocked down over 73 pointers coming into this afternoon. She can grab you steals, she can block shots. She's kind of the Swiss Army knife that Coach Jeff Saha has in his toolkit. She does a little bit of everything, and today, hey, tip your cap to the Hilltoppers. I guarantee you it's not just a cold shooting day. They looked at the stat sheet just like you and I do and say, what's the first weapon we've got to take away from Texas A&M International? And Hannah Beatty jumps off the page at you. Their defense has shut her down today, and that's got you to this point here as it's 50-34 as we head into the fourth.
When you have to think, too, what are they going to be able to do to kind of jumpstart that? You've seen Rosebrook Hunt underneath. If they can find an open look for Beatty, they might be able to at least make some kind of run. This game has been a game of runs, particularly in the first half.
Yeah, but it's still with Hunt now, you've got the danger of picking up that fourth foul. She's played very differently in the third quarter than we saw the game from Rosebrook the first 2 quarters of play.
Now out far side is Hill, back this time to Sutton. The freshman whistle. Foul away from the basket. And Nairi Islanian charged with her 4th foul away from the basket. And there we are. There's foul trouble. 3-pointer on the way, off the iron, will not go. Rebound still being fought for. There's Clark. Clark will kick it back out to Hill. Reset the shot clock at 25.
Clark just right place, right time.
3-pointer on the way, will not fall, and this time the rebound goes to Rosebrook Hunt. Here's Beatty, inside, looking, finds Hunt. She's in the paint. 2-pointer on the way, will not go. Rebound goes to Sutton. They're trying to pick up the pace a little bit. You see them kicking the ball back out to Beatty. Now, this way, the true freshman 3-pointer on the way, will not go. Clark attempts the rebound, will get it back out to Sutton, and here we go again.
Offensive rebounds really going the way of the Hilltoppers right now. They keep launching from 3.
They've had some success throughout the season in 3-point land, but right now just can't find the ball control. That's Madison Shank on the ground, and the physicality of this team. This is a team that they will play physical basketball.
Now, both these teams, Drew, are not afraid to dive on the floor and fight for a loose ball. That time, it goes the way of Texas A&M International.
Perez to Alvarez now, far side. They get it to Beatty at the top of the key. Very quiet day for her.
Well, this is 3-point time. They're going to go down low here to Rosebrook Hunt, but this is where you need Perez and somehow Beatty to get hot from the outside. Perimeter shooting has to be a component if you're looking to mount a comeback here down 50-34 in the fourth.
Particularly because you have Clark underneath defending, it's going to be really hard to try to find any kind of open look underneath. Here's Hunt. First shot on the way and good. You see Coach Reel on your screen talking to Madison Shank.
Rosebrook Hunt, a 53% free throw shooter on the season, and that's exactly what she ends up doing at the free throw line that time, going 1 of 2.
Long pass to Shank here in the corner. Works along the circle, and we'll move out now to Hill on the far side. Hill to Clark. Clark along the baseline will get it out to Sutton. She eyed the 3, decided not to. Here's Shank. Shank, 2-pointer on the way, will not fall. The rebound, it looked like Bailey Hill had it first. Bailey Hill had a size disadvantage going up against Rosebrook Hunt there, a 2-inch difference, and Hill still was able to get her hand on it. However, the ball will go the way of the Dust Devils.
See if they don't try to find somebody out in the corner of the wing on this possession, really start trying to look at 3-pointers as an opportunity here.
Once again, there's Beatty at the top of the key, and so far she's being very closely guarded by Shank, a freshman going toe-to-toe with Beatty here, who is a senior, we might add. Perez loses her handle on the basketball, saved there by Islanian, and here comes Alvarez inside, drives, 2-point shot. Can't find the good look. Clark's got it underneath.
Just got too far under the rim that time. Kalani Clark there for the rebound, and that should be your double-double, partner. That should be 10 points and now 12 rebounds for Clark.
Fothery just off the mark and a double-double, and she's got to be the MVP of this game so far.
She has definitely done her job today.
There's Beatty with the open look, and she can't find it. And there's Clark on the underneath. You see St. Edward's trying to push the tempo, trying to eat some clock here. Here's Shank, three-pointer on the way. Still can't find it. And St. Edward's just looking for the tray ball. Two-point shot. Clark up, in, and one.
That has been there for her all day today. The ability to turn, seal off your defender, get your shot, and then if the defender makes a mistake, like Beatty does here, leaving her feet, it's an easy trip for an and one.
And did you see how she squares up? I mean, it's great form as she puts that shot up.
As we pause here for a shoelace issue.
Now that's compelling television.
You never know.
17-point deficit here for Texas A&M International as they will watch Keani Clark from behind the line. She puts up another one. You said she was better than 60% for the season. She puts up another one, and she's had quite the game so far in this opening round matchup.
She is going to be on everybody's scouting report going forward here in Tulsa this weekend.
There's Hunt, two-point shot, turnaround jumper. There it is. And
it was just a free throw. Nobody decided to come out and guard her. They're really packing the zone in underneath the basket, wanting to deny the easy look and get the quick rebound. And that time she just stood at the free throw line and popped her shot.
There's Sutton in three-point land, back out to Hill. Now Fothery inside, she's in the paint. Nice little pass out to Clark. Turnaround, spin move off the window. And they may call that a charge, and they do, but it was still a pretty basketball move.
It was a pretty move. It's the result that ended up being an illegal move here. As you see Clark, all the momentum going forward, and just runs over Rosebrook Hunt. She knew she got there in time, claps her hands as she hits the deck. Her team gets the rock back.
Across the time stripe here, here's Perez. Once again, 6.5 to play in the game. Beatty across the baseline will get it to Perez. Check that, that's Alvarez inside looking for Hunt. Turn around in the paint, there it is again. Found her inside, and if you can find that open lane, Rosebrook Hunt suddenly has accumulated 11. A steal this time by the Dust Devils. They're going the other way. Here's Alvarez looking for it. Two-pointer on the way. Off the iron, will not go. The rebound goes to Hunt. Off the window, cannot make it go. And here comes Sutton. We've got a whistle here. They'll call that one on Jessica Alvarez of Texas A&M International. That is 2 players now with 4 fouls, Alvarez and Islanian.
And Rosebrook Hunt went off the floor, Drew, holding her back, kind of grimacing, maybe tightened up there. Sends into the game for the first time here in the second half, Unique Finley, the other reserve player for the Dust Devils.
Here's Clark on that rebound after the 3-point try. Shakira Barnes back into the game now. And here's Hopper. She's got 20 seconds on the shot clock inside to Clark. Back out to Hill. Hill, two-pointer on the way. Nice and easy by Bailey Hill. The 5'8" sophomore extends the lead by 16.
I really like
There's Beatty on the other end, and there it is. Long three-point shot. Found that look that she's been looking for, and that's her first tray ball of the game. More to come here in this opening round matchup, the fourth quarter on the Heartland Conference Sports Network.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championships, March 21st, 22nd, and 24th at Alumni Hall in Columbus, Ohio. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
Back at the UMAC here for opening round matchup in the 2017 Heartland Conference Championship. There you see the number 6 seed, St. Edward's men. They will play tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Broadcast partner Corey Riggs will have the play-by-play on that one as we welcome you back courtside. I'm Drew Brent alongside Corey Riggs, Jose Harbor. Sideline for us today, 55-42, top-seeded St. Edward's leading Texas A&M International. If you're just joining us, Shakira Barnes has the basketball now. Clark loses her handle on it, finds it, 15 on the shot clock, just over 5 minutes to play in the game. She'll zoom it out to Barnes in the paint, and now Hill from three-point land, up and in. Bailey Hill with a beautiful open look.
I love the way she shoots the ball. That's her second made three. She's 2 of 10 as Texas A&M International answers on the other end. But she is looking for her shot. I don't think she's had the kind of shooting day she wanted, Drew, but you can just tell she's a pure catch and shoot on the outside sort of attacker.
There's Fothery back to Barnes on the top of the key, moving inside into the paint, looking for that baseline shot. Will kick it back out, three-pointer on the way, off the iron, will not go that time for Hopper. We are awaiting the inbounds pass.
That was an incredible pass by Barnes to be driving baseline and one-hand whip it all the way through the lane and out.
Long two by Hopper, still trying to find her rhythm today. She has, I say she's trying to find her rhythm in the fourth quarter. She's got 11 on the day.
Yeah, I say she had a good first half, and there's a blocking foul on the other end. She had a good first half, but kind of slowed down in the second.
Really hard to draw the charge against somebody who has the physical presence of Clark, and you can see it here on the replay. Hands up, but can't quite get the call. That will be her third.
Be Alvarez's first trip to the charity stripe today. She's money on the first. Jessica, a 71% free throw shooter. She's 23 of 32 on the season.
And I will point out that A&M International has quietly chipped away at this lead. It is now just a 12-point deficit between these two teams.
We got plenty of basketball left, Drew. More than 4 minutes on the clock.
Fothery closely guarded on the outside, and a nice defensive maneuver by A&M International. Forthcoming inbounds pass will come to Aslanian, but here's where you have to be careful because that physical level of play and trying to make a run can result in fouls, and you've got 2 with 4.
Well, and the other thing is, too, I know a coach back home in Southwest Missouri that always used to tell me it's not a turnover until you come down and score. You can get the turnover, but you've got to turn it into points.
And there you were talking about Beatty and isolating Beatty. They had 2 on her on the three-pointer on the way, and that time was Aslanian. Back to the point, they had isolated Beatty, but they leave wide open Nay Aslanian, and she hits the tray ball, and suddenly it's a single-point deficit.
Aslanian shooting better than 50% from the perimeter, 3 of 5 today, 13 points, a big day for her. And
Hill on the three-point, cannot find it. Rebound goes to Clark. Over the top, there's Barnes. Barnes, Hopper, two-pointer, long two, will not go. Here's Clark, has her pocket picked by Beatty, loses her handle on the basketball, and it will be St. Edward's. There's a little bit of urgency here. There's a conversation happening here at the booth between the officials, and we were quietly trying to listen to what's going on.
Crew working really well together today, trying to make sure that every call gets made the right way, that everything is enforced the right way. But boy, Texas A&M International has made it single points, but they need a stop. Here, they finally get the rebound. There's been 3 offensive rebounds prior to Alvarez getting this one.
Long pass to Aslanian, flies out. She was looking for Beatty to come back. No finger roll that time, where we thought maybe there could have been, but the inbounds pass will come from Hill.
Rosebrook Hunt that time was running out of bounds, tried to just kind of fling it back in. You can tell just couldn't grip the ball well enough. She had Beatty open on the wing for a 3. She just knocked one down from that exact spot, but they couldn't get it to her. Bad delivery.
Long two-point shot this time from Hopper, can't find it. A little tie-up here on the near side.
Boy, you can tell Texas A&M International playing to extend their season now. That was major effort from Hunt that time to fight with Clark for the ball, try to get the tie up, swing the possession arrow back the other way. Here's Clark with position underneath, but Hunt wraps it up and is able to get the whistle.
Back to live action now. Here's Barnes along the baseline underneath looking. Has a nice screen set for her by Clark. 2-point shot up, will not fall.
Alvarez got into her. That's gonna be her 5th personal, by the way. That's gonna be,
yeah.
So you are now down to 6 players for Texas A&M International with a bench of only 2. So that'll bring Unique Finley back in. We haven't seen a lot of her today. A 5'9" freshman from Houston, Texas.
And it should be noted that Aslanian also has 4. Barnes cannot get it to fall. She's got 2 points on the day, led the team in scoring in the regular season. Second one on the way, that's her 3rd of the day. Timeout called by St. Edwards. Let's go down to the sideline for our man Jose Harbor. Jose?
Hi guys, I was watching Rosebrook Hunt when she kind of fell down over there, and she was tended by the trainer. He was rubbing her back pretty well. It doesn't seem to be bothering her, as you can see, and with the small bench that they have, I think it would have taken a broken leg or even more to really taken her out of the game, guys.
Jose, thanks for that report. We'll see what ends up happening with Rosebrook after this. All right, stay with us. More to come. The final minutes of this opening round game here on the Heartland Conference Network. Don't go anywhere. Back here at the UMAC. Here comes Joanna Perez across the time stripe. Under 3 minutes to play. Here's Beatty, 5 points, trying to find it. No foul that time. Bailey Hill picks her pocket.
3 defenders collapsed to her that time. 3 Hilltoppers were there waiting for Beatty on that drive through the paint.
10-point deficit here for A&M International. Here's Clark on the inside. They're going to get Beatty with the foul.
Well, her and Hunt were both there. They're going to get Beatty. That's her 4th, so she's got 4. Aslanian has 4, and Hunt has 3. As you see the replay, Beatty got, say, a good block that time, but maybe got into her with the body on the replay.
And also, willing to note, if you're just joining us, Jessica Alvarez has already fouled out on what is already a depleted bench. Clark makes her free throw. Here's Perez now. Backcourt. Barnes giving her a little bit of space, 61-49. Perez looking, trying to find something in the paint. 2-pointer off the window, off the iron as well, but will not go. And Hopper with the rebound. Here's Barnes to Hill, near side. Back out to Barnes at the top of the key. 2 minutes to play in the game. Barnes still trying to find that long 2-point jumper she likes so much, but hasn't been able to find the look she likes. Inside to Clark now. Clark doesn't dribble in. Inside the paint, back to Clark off her foot. I believe it was going to say last touched by the Dust Devils.
Must have been a tip after it kicked off Clark's shoe or kind of ankle there. They get to keep the ball here.
Here's Clark with 6 seconds. Now Fothery, 2-pointer on the way up and cannot quite get it to fall. Whistle in. Whistle and Jessica Alvarez. It's a foul called on the Dust Devils, and ironically, or at least to the satisfaction of the Dust Devils, it's her first. First bucket up and in for Lexi Fothery, and Lexi Fothery. We came into this game knowing that she was going to have a big game. That's 13 on the day for her. Off the iron and no good. Not leading the team in scoring, however, that would be Keani Clark.
Well, it's just been Clark's day. What they've been able to do in the low post against the Dust Devils has been impressive. That's why Clark's got 15 and 12 points, a great day, a double-double. Actually, now, that can't be right. They're saying she has 19 rebounds now?
That's an incredible day if she's got it.
We're going to have to start digging into the record book as if Clark has 19 rebounds, because that may be near a tournament high water mark.
Here's Perez again. Whistle. Foul. And they're going to call that one on Barnes. And that's her fourth. Minute 30 to play here in this opening round game. 62-49, 13-point deficit. Top-seeded St. Edward's leading, and Bailey Hill will disrupt the pass.
All right, partner. If Miss Clark can get one more rebound, that would tie her for the number 8 spot with a number of other players. But get this, the rebound record in the Heartland Conference Tournament, 27 by Elfreda Reed versus Rockhurst back in February of 2005. So 19's a good day. 27, that's just scary.
That's superstar kind of day, but certainly still nothing to sneeze at for Clark. 19 rebounds on the day, 7 for 10 from the free throw line, 15 points, a true double-double. Just an outstanding day for her. There you see Lexi Fothery. She's not had a bad day herself, 13 points, 5 rebounds. And a quiet day from Lexi Fothery when she scores 13. That just shows you how dangerous this team is. Here's Barnes. Barnes will kick it now to Hopper, long 2 on the way.
Oh.
And it's up and it's in.
Hopper likes to take the shot from the wing side. She gets open. The defense has made that mistake a couple of times today, and when they do, she makes them pay for it.
Out to Beatty, long 3, it's on the way, no good. Beatty's just not been able to find her shot today. 40 seconds to play, here's Barnes. And St. Edward's going to slow the pace down, try to chew up some clock.
Yeah, they can dribble this one out and walk on and into the next round of the tournament, into the tournament semifinals. But Hill's still shooting, man. Coffin corner 3 for Hill.
And see, that's what is so incredible about this team. This is what we saw in the conference tournament last year. They play through every game. Long shot up off the iron, no good. That's time for Perez. Here's Hill again. And Coach Reel says no shot. We're going to just kind of slow it down, and that's going to do it for us. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. St. Edward's is going to take it. Number 1 seed will move on, and that's your final, 67-49. St. Edward's moves on, number 1 seed. Well, it's exactly what we thought it was going to be, but a mighty effort by the Dust Devils.
The seeds hold, and it's what the result is what you expect, but tip your caps to Coach and the team from Texas A&M International. They reported themselves very well today, but they are done, and the Hilltoppers move on.
All right, stay with us. Game 2 on the way at 2:30. St. Mary's and Rogers State, the number 2 and number 7. More on this on the Heartland Conference Sports Network.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LCU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
How can you get involved and make it yours? Joining Student Athlete Advisory Committee allows your voice to be heard.
The mission of SAC is to enhance the total student athlete experience by promoting opportunity, protecting welfare, and fostering a positive image. Who is SAC?
SAC members are student athletes supporting other student athletes. SAC members vote on rules, partner with great organizations such as Make-A-Wish and Team Impact, and build pride on campus and in the community.
There are 3 different levels of SAC to get involved in. At the campus level, there are 307 Division II institutions that sponsor SAC. Each campus SAC is led by an athletic administrator and a committee made up of student athletes from a variety of athletic teams.
There are 24 Division II conferences, each with their own conference SAC. The representatives share best practices, success stories, and new ideas that can be brought back to each campus SAC.
The National SAC is made up of 1 student athlete from each of the 24 Division II conferences. These student athletes are your voice and are charged with the responsibility of relaying the overall student athlete voice for the division.
Your voice has value.
Get involved.
Take ownership in your experience.
Leave a legacy.
Make it yours!
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks.
Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
What's that? No, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Maybe it's more for the live feed. Or online, for your mom that's still watching, and your mom that's still watching.
All right, we're here with head coach J.J. Reel, Keani Clark, and Lexi Fothery after win over Texas A&M International in the first quarterfinal of the 2017 Heartland Women's Basketball Championship. Coach, you start us off with a statement, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, I thought, I first, certainly want to give credit to Texas A&M International. They've had a tough situation all year, and they play really hard and they play us difficult. It's always a tough game for us. Defensively, they box and won Lex and threw some triangle and twos out there, and I thought we got a little bit more patient and confident towards the end of the fourth quarter. We weren't great against it, but we did what we needed to do. Lex did a good job making plays in the first half and staying patient with the defense, and I thought Key was really, really good on the glass and just being our glue in the paint, playing inside, outside against the zone. So certainly excited about the opportunity to advance and looking forward to the next step.
Coach, you guys scored 8 points in the first and
Yeah.
kind of exploded in the second. Kind of just what was it jitters in the first quarter? What kind of happened in the second quarter?
I don't know if it's jitters. I mean, I think a little bit of it is. This is a different place for us. We're not used to being in this situation, and I think it's just understanding that we got to manage our expectations. I didn't think we were as confident as when we shot yesterday. We had a great shooting day yesterday. We're very confident. Thought we were passive and maybe impatient at certain times. I think the other thing for us is we do a great job of ball security, only averaging 10 or 11 turnovers a game, and we had 7 in the first half, and that's a big thing for us. We've got to take care of the ball and win the time of possession battle. So I think it was a little bit of everything. I think we just settled down and started making better decisions and being a little more confident after the first quarter.
VD, their leading scorer, had, I think, 5 points, kind of really shut her down. Was that part of the game plan coming?
Yeah, I mean, our what we hang our hat on is our defense, and I thought we were good at times. I think we gave them a few too many points for what we like to do. But yeah, we spend a lot of time preparing, and we take pride in trying to shut down other teams' best scores and try and keep them below their season average.
Keani, 19 boards, ties your career best, ties you for 9 Stanley's record book. Obviously not the first time you've done it, but what was really working for you today?
I think just knowing what the situation is, it's win or go home, and really having that sense of urgency and trying to get the ball and put it in the basket. They're playing a zone. It's a lot easier to get offensive rebounds when they're in a zone, and like I said, just having that urgency and getting to the boards was the difference today.
Speaking of win or go home, Lexi, you now played in 5 Heartland Conference tournament games. You're averaging almost 15 points a game in the tournament. What allows you to be successful in the postseason? Obviously, you have a great regular season, but in the postseason, what really puts you in the right mindset?
I think this year, being a senior, like she said, win or lose, but really just having fun. I just want to have fun. It's our last year, our last season, our last tournament. I just want to have fun, and anytime I release the ball, I'm like, whether it goes in or not, I'm on the floor, I'm playing the game that I love, and I couldn't ask for more.
Coach, a lot of positives. However, Shakira Barnes, all-conference first team, but didn't score first points until the third quarter, and yet you're able to still come away with it. What were they doing to Shakira to shut her down?
Wu struggles against zones, and so it's not anything concerning. It is what it is. She'll be fine on Saturday, whoever we play, and she'll rebound. I like that she didn't have to play as many minutes as these guys, and Farron came in off the bench and gave her some good minutes and let Shakira rest her legs. She normally goes 36 to 40 minutes for us a game, so I think that was a positive. It was just one of those things. Not overly concerned about it.